Hello everyone and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this knife right here. This is the Ryder RR2544. It is a small moose pattern from the Arctic Fox series. And I'll give you a quick look at the overall knife there with the two blades open before closing them up and taking a look at the handle. Yeah, right there we have this kind of skinning blade over on this side. Kind of a mix between this kind of a spay blade almost. I'm not exactly sure what to call it. They call it a skinning blade on the Smoky Mountain Knife Works website. But there's that blade, and then we also have this clip point blade on the other side there. Kind of your typical moose pattern knife blades, and this is just kind of in a smaller pattern than a typical moose pattern. Yeah, we have those really nice white micarta scales there. They are very smooth. They don't have they don't really have any texture to them. Just a nice smooth texture. You can see a little bit of kind of a pattern in them, which is really cool. It looks a little bit like bone, which I think is nice, kind of a cream colored bone. There's a good look of the pattern on that side, and we also have this really nice fox head shield right there. I think that is really cool. Then on the other side, we don't have any shield, we just have the white micarta, and you can see a little bit of a pattern in it like that. We also have these cool spacers on the side right there, just to add a little extra detail to it. We do have brass pins on it, and they feel pretty flush. I can kind of feel that middle one there, but the other two on the end are pretty flush, and the pretty flush transitions on the sides there of both knives. You can barely feel the pins on those sides. Very well done. Good fit and finish on that. You can kind of feel the shield, but that might be intentional for it to kind of pop a little bit more. We do have fluted bolsters and pinched bolsters on all four sides. And on the back, we do have brass liners. Let's take a look at the gapping. I'm not really seeing any, maybe just a slight bit down the middle, but that might just be the space between the two springs. Very flush, not really any, yeah, it feels very flush. I don't really see any stepping, maybe just a slight bit of stepping right there, but nothing really, I can't really complain about the fit and finish on this. Let me hold it up to the light. Yeah, you can see just a tiny bit of light coming through, but overall fit and finish on this knife is really good. This just shows you kind of what Rough Ryder can do at their best. But yeah, then we have that Skinner blade right there with a very nice satin finish on it. And then you have a full flat grind right there like that. And a really nice swedge along the top there like that. Swedge, let's see, is it a little, yeah, the swedge looks very interesting. It's kind of, I don't think it's symmetrical on either side. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Looks kind of different on that side than the other side. That might just be my eyes playing a trick on me, but we do have a match strike nail pull right there, and then we have the Rough Ryder Tang stamp right there. The two R's back to back, and then Rough Ryder below that. And then, nope, that's the other side. Yeah, just a really kind of neat knife. And it's also got a slight cant to it. So really, you can really get that. And it's got a nice belly, so you can really get that belly down, like if you're doing kind of cuts like that. Or it even works really well if you hold it like that, and if you want to do like a draw cut. Just a really handy blade with a good amount of edge on it. It doesn't really have a piercing tip on it, but this is a blade designed really for cutting without maybe accidentally punching through something with the tip. So there that, and then both of these blades do have half stops on them as well. And then right here is the clip point blade. On this side we get a really nice swedge on that clip right there, match direct nail pull as well. Same kind of finish, full flat grind as well. Yeah, very nice. And then this is the side we have 440 razor sharp steel. And on the bottom there we have RR2544 and then China. There's a look at that right there with the clip point blade out. Just a really nice looking knife. Love the shape of the handle. It's not quite, I don't think it's quite, maybe it is a symmetrical handle. It kind of, this one, I don't think this blade is canted down as much as the, here, let's take a look at it like that, as the other one. Let's take a look at that. No, I think they're about the same. They both kind of have a slight cant to them. But yeah, really good for getting down on there like that. And then this one, you do have the clip point blade. You have a really nice piercing tip for good, like getting into maybe like a box. Those are really good, or good piercing type of cuts. You can still get really good belly down there on the surface if you need to. Yeah, and I don't really see any rubbing. Pardon the fingerprints, please. But yeah, not really any blade rub on this blade. And then there's slight, just tiny bit of blade rub on the tip, right around the tip right there. Just barely noticeable. Just a slight kind of scratch. Overall, that side looks pretty good. Yeah, again, fit and finish on this knife is really, really good. Both blades have about a medium pull to them. The clip point blade is maybe just slightly lighter. I'd say this one's maybe about a 4 on the initial opening, and then kind of a, yeah, probably about a 4 all the way through, I would say. Very nice half stops there. Kicks in, kind of a little light, but still a nice half stop. Action's maybe a tiny bit gritty on the clip point, but nothing a little oil can't fix. And then this blade right here, the Skinner blade, I would say is a solid 5 on that, and about a 4 for the half stop. So yeah, kind of in the medium range as far as like pull goes, which this is, I really like this kind of pull in the mid range. I do prefer a little bit stronger, like my favorite is a really strong pull, kind of about a 7, that's probably my sweet spot. But really, especially for a Rough Rider, I think this is actually a really good pull. Their pulls tend to be on the kind of medium side to lighter side. So yeah, this is a good pull for both of these blades, kind of on the 4 to 5. I would rate this one a 5, and this one's probably about a 4. Yeah, around the 4 and 5, like 4.5 and then 5 for that one. So yeah, pretty decent pulls on both of these. And then let's actually do a quick, well here, let's do the close measurement first, I guess. For the overall close length on this knife. You're coming in, it's a little bit hard with that curve, I'll do my best, but it looks like we're coming in at about 3.5 inches for the overall closed length. And the overall blade length for the clip point blade is just shy of 2 5/8 inches in length. Then for the overall cutting edge on it, it looks like we're coming in around 2 3/8 for the overall cutting edge on that blade there. And then for the other blade, this kind of skinning blade here, looks like we're coming in at around just shy of 2 3/4 looks like. So that's actually 2 11/16 I think on the overall length of that, if I'm figuring that correctly. And then for the overall cutting edge, this is a little hard because it's got such a curve to it, but it looks like we're coming in around, so that would be 7/16, I believe, for the overall cutting edge on that blade right there. So yeah, not the biggest knife in the world. It's kind of small, but really it's on the bigger side probably for a small knife, because the muskrat pattern is a little bit, not the muskrat, sorry, this is the moose. This is a moose pattern. Yeah, so a little bit on the medium size for a small knife. Let's take a look at the overall weight of this. So we're at 69.6 ounces, and then for the overall, for the ounces, we're at 2.45 ounces. So and it was 69 point, let's say 5, so 69.5, 69.6 grams for the overall weight. It's not a particularly heavy knife, but it is a smaller knife, or at least a knife on the smaller side. And let's just give you a look at these two. Let's look at the knife like that, just out of the box like that, or not out of the box with the two blades out. But yeah, and then here's the box it comes in. We have this really nice Arctic Fox white micarta handles, and that picture of the fox there within the Arctic. And then there's the Rough Rider logo, Arctic Fox. Nothing on that side. We have the sticker, barcode right there. And then on that side we have just another Arctic scene. Always high quality, handmade pocket knives, cancer warnings, all that stuff. So yeah, that's just the box, and it's just a flip open top like your standard Rough Rider box. Nice presentation. These can be a little bulky though, so if you keep your boxes, they tend to add up pretty quickly as far as space is concerned. Yeah, I'll give you one quick overall look at the knife again before we sign off here. Yeah, this is a really neat knife, and also I don't think I showed you, it feels really nice in the hand though, with that curve. I don't remember if I showed you that. Yeah, it just feels good. A little bit of a hot spot on either of the blades, but not too bad. It's a little bit more on this blade because we do have a really fine spine with that swedge. Not too bad though, and nothing really, just kind of a minor complaint on mine. I don't know how you could really fix that though, with it being a multi-bladed knife. I guess make that swedge not as sharp. But still, really nice knife, comfortable enough in the hand to use. Yeah, I think it's a really neat pattern. I wish I had a bigger, I don't have a bigger moose to compare this with, but yeah, that's just the small moose from Rough Rider in the Arctic Fox series. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for now. If you like the video, please make sure to go down and hit that like button below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new knife, pen, and other EDC-related content. But I think that's going to do it for now. Thank you all for watching. Keep your pens filled and your knife sharp, and I'll see you later.